spending the day exploring Lisbon, from its food, history, architecture, and more. Let's go! Good morning, everyone. So we are having a quick breakfast before we start out our day. So this week is considered Holy Week for, I guess, both Christians and Catholics, yeah? So the restaurant hours sort of changed on us. There's not a lot of restaurants that are open early in the morning. As of this week, I believe they changed it because of Holy Week. Breakfast here is considered just pastries, like your croissants, your pastel. Alrighty, I'm not sure if you guys can see that bridge behind me. That is the twin bridge of the Golden Gate Bridge. Same engineers. Now at the Museo de Azulejo. Azulejos are really the beautiful colored tiles that Portugal is known for. I'm so excited to be here. I love this art. My favorite room so far. When I think of azulejos, this is what I picture. Look at that. Wouldn't you want that in your courtyard, or wouldn't you want your courtyard to look like this? It is so difficult to capture how beautiful this whole setup is. It just transports you back to the ye olden days. So we've come to the end of our self-guided tour of the Museum of Tile. That name alone doesn't sound inviting, but as we've learned, there's so much more content to this museum than just the tile. It is actually so overwhelming. It's a beautiful museum. It's very understated, but I highly, highly recommend that you visit this museum.
All my tears and searching, gonna open up my curtains now, 'cause I don't wanna miss out. Take me on a big adventure, baby. If we stay together, we could stay young forever. Where will you go if you could time travel? Take me on a big adventure, baby. If we stay together, we could stay young forever. Where will you go if you could time travel? What if we could?
All right, so now we're having lunch here at the Mercado de Ribera. It was so painful getting here. We took an Uber and our Uber driver was crazy. I mean, he did get into a fight with, with another driver because he kept cutting people, and this last one that he cut was a truck driver, and it wasn't pretty. He came out of the car, and I really thought that he was gonna abandon us just to like fight with this other driver. Oh my God, that was the craziest like 10 minutes or 15, no, 20, right? 20 minutes of our life here. But all in all, my gosh, this place is so packed, busy. So many food, so many. But anyway, we're gonna have our lunch first, and then we're gonna head out to a walking, or we're going to join a walking tour group. Yesterday I commented that some of the plazas look like I'm in France. Well, we just learned that a few of the buildings, a few of the neighborhoods were designed by French architects. This is the Carmo convent in the Chiado area, and this is the original 13th century facade. We're back in Rocio Square, and I just learned that that building, which is now the dance theater, used to be the Inquisition building. And they turned on the water for the fountains. Yesterday it wasn't. And we are ending our tour right where we started this day, at Commerce Square. It was a really nice tour because it was very informative. Our tour guide was very knowledgeable about history, architecture. I loved it. I really liked it. There you go. That is the arch of the Augusta Road. And that's where the old port was. Now it's really a lot of cruise ships. Now we're gonna try to find some kind of merienda. Those yellow buildings are government compounds. So now we're gonna walk towards the Chiado area for some food and souvenirs.
What if we knew the love would never let us down? Broken into reverse that broken feeling to say I do, and I will follow wherever you may go. I know it's so uncertain, but I'm tired of hurting now.
Are trying out pastel de natas from different pastelarias. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Today we are trying out pastel de nata from Montejaria. Montejaria? Something like that. Let's see. And for drinks, we got homegrown Pelly. It's supposed to be iced tea with a little bit of caramel flavor into it. And gingia. It doesn't go with pastel de nata, but I need to know how that tastes like, so I did it anyway. All right, so here we go. Here we go.
I got it, mommy.
It's not as sweet as the one from yesterday. Everybody agrees. See, I swear it. I know there were supposed to be spices in it. There were supposed to be spices in it. Look at that flaky crust. Yum, I like this one. I like this one over... over yesterday's treat. Love it. Let's try this. I see. Just iced tea. And but it's not sweet, so that's nice. It goes well with their pastel. All right, until the next pastel. But first, let's try the gingia. Oh wow, that tastes like Madeira.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, you didn't try that?
Yeah.
That tastes like Madeira. It's supposed to be cherry liqueur. Holy wow! I like it.
I don't know how many stars this is. This is just on the list from...
It tastes like Madeira. Interesting. Is that how it's supposed to taste like? I don't know. Now I'm gonna have to try out other places. Man, I really like it. We're in the hunt for a bottle of gingia. Not sure how I'm gonna bring that home though.
All my tears and searching, gonna open up my curtains now. 'Cause I don't wanna miss out. Take me on a big adventure. Baby, if we stay together, we can stay young forever. Where will you go if you could time travel? Take me on a big adventure. Baby, if we stay together, we can stay young forever.
Ginja. Happy birthday.
Are we gonna shoot it all?
Shoot it all?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Thumbs up.
Oh my gosh. I think I
I just got shitted on.
Spicy also.
Where is that?
Yeah. It's in
Alrighty, lots and lots of sardines, souvenirs for me.
You know, to just like definitely to do the first bridge of Lisbon during the 60s. And here we go. I'm checking the traffic because there's a lot of traffic right now. But yeah, it's just behind Santa Bologna. Here we go.
An experience.
Are you in a hurry or
We're not.
enjoy the ride?
Enjoy the ride.
Yeah,
the
we're going to
ride.
enjoy the ride. Definitely some mermaids, just like in the spring.
Mermaids.
Definitely those springs have been offered by friends. I'm not saying that because I'm French, huh? I'm saying that because it's the case. So definitely all the springs of Lisbon are all dedicated to the seas of the world. Because keep in mind that on the east side of Portugal, whether you have Spain, and definitely during a long time, the Portuguese wanted to avoid Spain, and so definitely they went through the Atlantic to discover the seas of the world. Because before the Portuguese, there was no such thing as sailing as we do right now. If you hadn't just like, if you had not just like the wind in the sails, definitely rowing the galley, okay? So the first ones to use the sails, like the Romans, because they're going to find a good tip from the Romans, they're going to be able to follow the winds of the Atlantic. And keep in mind that before the States and before Columbus in 1492, definitely, just like the Atlantic used to be the end of the world for the European.
Yes.
Okay. So, by the way, you're from San Francisco. Sorry for that, but welcome to New York. From the 18th century, look at that. On the right, on the left, everything is squared and well organized. And so, definitely, just like the thing is, the first neighborhood to be rebuilt after the earthquake of 1755, when 90% of the city are going down. You're from San Francisco, you know what 9 to 9.5 on the Richter scale means. Okay?
Yes, we do.
It's huge and massive. 90% of the city going down, 6 days of fire and waves of 10 to 15 meters coming from the Tigers, a tsunami. Okay, keep that in mind. So definitely for the Portuguese raised in the Crusade and the Christ and Jerusalem, definitely the apocalypse. Okay? But definitely over here the city has been rebuilt under the influence of the Enlightenment philosophy, which means use your head. Don't wait for everything from God, but use your head and definitely use your mind and your rationality. Okay? Keep that in mind, because those walls, definitely with a major influence from Versailles, because Versailles at the beginning of the 18th century used to be one of a kind. Again, it's not because I'm French, it's because of the case. But the thing is, keep in mind that those walls over here are anti-seismic since the 18th century. Yes, the one guy was going to rebuild the city after the earthquake, because everything is down, and over here everything is down. Definitely the Marquis of Pombal, the first minister of the King Joseph, that you might have seen already on the trade place in Plaza de Comercio, and that guy is going to write to the Japanese and is going to say, hey, mates, I know you since the 16th century, since Vasco da Gama and the discoveries. Yeah, definitely. So, what do you do at home? Because you have so much earthquake. You have just like any chip. And so the Japanese said, in Japan, you know, we do some paper houses. Why don't you do some paper houses? Because it's not going to work. But definitely, in those walls, X crosses, so if it's moving again, it's going to move along with the earthquake, but it's not going to fall. So inside those walls and inside the restaurants in Lisbon, you're going to find those X crosses in wood called the Pombalian buttons. So definitely one of the basics of the architecture since the 18th century, thanks to the Portuguese and the earthquake of Lisbon, or because of maybe, yeah. So on the right, we're going to see the entry gate of Lisbon, with just like the arc of the trade place, definitely the entry gate of Lisbon through the trade place, and also of Portugal, because you never arrive by land to Portugal, because if you do so, you need to pass by Spain, and so definitely, just like the Portuguese, don't want to avoid any contact with Spain. So definitely through the Atlantic and the Thames on the right. So, Strada Commercio on the central and major place of Lisbon. So, does it look like New York? Yeah, from the 18th century.
Sure.
Yeah, there is no Versailles style in New York, I know that. So it's not Gotham. We don't have roads no more, you know, so definitely can be good.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure you're going to the Alfama, right?
Yeah, sure.
Because I think there's two.
No, there is one Alfama, and definitely the restaurant is a side of the Alfama next to Santa Apollonia train station. So we're on the way, don't you worry.
Okay, thank you.
Please do enjoy the wine in Portugal, because all the grapes are locals and endemic, so you can have just like seven kind of grapes, just like in one bottle of wine. So go wide, it's way cheaper than in England, way cheaper than in France and in Spain, so go wide and discover all the regions of the Portuguese wine.
Yeah, it's cheaper than back home
Yeah,
as well.
definitely, ma'am. Just like over here, a €5 good bottle is pretty good. Okay, I'm French, so when I arrived just like in Lisbon 5 years ago, I used to buy just like, just like when I was invited, just like some €15 a bottle. And they were saying to me, but you're crazy. Just like a good bottle is just like €3-5.
Yeah.
So definitely go wide and enjoy the wine in Portugal, and also the port wine, definitely.
Yes.
So to make a long story short, when you have the trade place on the right over here, the Alfama is on the left. Okay? Where you have the big hill of St. George Castle, and so that neighborhood is the little neighborhood that escaped from the earthquake. It didn't fall, so it's the old city of Lisbon before the earthquake. Over here you are in the new city of Lisbon after the earthquake. Is it your first time in a tuk-tuk?
Yes.
The two of us, yes.
Okay.
The one in the back, no.
The thing is, keep in mind that that machine is coming from Thailand. And the tuk-tuk is Thailandese. But the thing is, definitely in Lisbon, it's a tuk-tuk from Lisbon, because you know what? Can you hear the engine?
No.
No, because there is no engine, it's electrical. So the thing is, so that's why you can hear me so well, you know? So the thing is, definitely it's a good example for the genius of the Portuguese. Why that? Because the Portuguese are able to take some good ideas all along the world, like your bridge, okay? And when they bring it back, definitely it becomes just like something typically Portuguese. So by the way, the 25th of April Bridge, and formerly Salazar Bridge for the name of the dictator, just like during the dictatorship of Portugal until 1974, more or less 50 years of dictatorship over here. Keep in mind that definitely, just like it's American bridge from San Francisco who come over here to do that bridge. Okay, so it's basically the little brother of the Golden Gate Bridge.
There's another bridge though, right?
The
silver.
left, ma'am, over
Yeah,
here,
that
just like
also.
going east, which is Vasco da Gama Bridge, but that one, the 25th of April Bridge is more or less 2 kilometers, just like on the Tagus, but over here it's 20 kilometers. 20. It's the longest bridge in Europe. So definitely. Huge. Now, I have some Portuguese friends that are saying to me, yeah, I have a little bit of vertigo, so when I take that bridge, I close my eyes. And I'm saying, are you kidding? You're driving your car, closing your eyes? Yeah, more or less, but you know, just like I manage. Yeah, but just like it's pretty, just like crazy what you're doing. Yeah, but you know, we're Portuguese. So, okay, why not? But definitely great bridge, and it was needed just like, you know, to go on the other side quite just like in a more rapid way. So the Alfama is over here, the cathedral on the left, okay, the beginning of the Alfama, St. Mary Major Cathedral.
out, but dang, it is worth the wait. It is just cooked to perfection. Love it. Back in our hotel, and now we are preparing to take an overnight trip to Porto. So we're leaving pretty early tomorrow morning. We're gonna take the train, one of the first train out of Lisbon going to Porto. So this is a good time and place to end this vlog. By the way, we had an excellent dinner, and I forgot to mention our guide from today with Guru Walks is Bruno. Bruno had a lot of information, very historical information, and very good information on the politics of Portugal. So I would recommend him as a tour guide. And for our dinner tonight, we went to Seoul, Brazil. And it is in the Alfama district. Very, very good food, excellent customer service. So I highly recommend that restaurant as well. All right, from my mind side to yours, definitely more to come. Thanks for watching.
We